time playing inside Autzen Stadium. How did you think today went?
It went, there's ups and downs, ebbs and flows of spring ball, and I think the biggest thing was just getting out there and having a lot of fun. Autzen's special, being able to experience it with the guys and, the coaches and just the work that came up, to this point. I think it was special and I had a lot of fun.
What did you like about your performance today, and what did you want to improve on in your performance today?
I loved how aggressive we were. At times, I think that also is where we struggled, just trying to find ways to complete deep balls. But, we settled in, and the guys made some plays, so I'm happy about that.
When you look over the course of the 14 spring practices, what do you feel like you guys got better?
I think just having a good grasp of what we're trying to accomplish offensively, and then as a team, I just think the connection piece is huge in the spring. And that's where I think the biggest growth has been made is this month, kind of the start of spring ball. Everyone's been a lot more comfortable. Of course, you see out there, there's guys thinking, but I think once we're able to, prepare and really get, kind of all that offensive scheme down, then we can just play.
How much more comfortable are you with just the offense and running the show?
I'm a lot more comfortable from day one, but still a lot of growth that needs to be made, and I think that's kind of always been my mindset, is good ain't never good enough, and it's always that couple plays that could be the difference. So.
How did it feel just playing in Autzen today for the first time?
Amazing. Just running out that tunnel never gets old, and especially doing it here. I'm very blessed and to be in this spot, in this position, and well, it makes it even more special as the guys, so had a lot of fun with them.
How's the connection with the wide receiver group kind of grown in the last couple of weeks, and how do you think it maybe grew in this game as well?
It's grown a bunch. I think there's a lot of new guys, but I think Tez and Trey and GB has done an amazing job with Coach June at just getting everyone on the same page. And just from, my perspective of a new guy coming in, just being able to have that, for me, I knew it definitely helped the younger guys.
What's it been like as the new guy coming in, seeing kind of the finality of Bo Nix's run and kind of what they did for him this week with flying coach and Tez out there?
Yeah.
Does that put you in those shoes at all for thinking what next year might be like?
I think anytime the draft comes around, you definitely see yourself in their shoes and being able to get to that point. But just happy for all the guys, whether it's my past teammates or also the guys here. I know the 4th round is where we kind of hit good, hit home, so I'm just happy for them and obviously happy for both.
What are some of the areas, Dillon, that you're going to be kind of trying to focus in on and hone in on between now and the start of next season?
Just as many reps as I can get, whether it's a walkthrough in meetings or even when, that extra time alone. I think that's, with my time frame, I think that's what I'm going to do, is just try and get as many reps as I can. Keep growing, keep improving, and bringing others with me.
Did you have a favorite moment from this spring game that you enjoyed the most, a particular standout part?
I'd just say running out that tunnel. It really never gets old, and I'm blessed to do what I do, and just suiting up. I was looking in the mirror. I was like, gosh, if you can't look in this, look good in this green and yellow, then I don't know who can.
What did you see for the rest of the quarterback room? Standing out those guys?
A lot of good, just seeing them, throughout the spring, and then also us just helping each other out. It's been a huge joy to be around them. Dante, Austin, Ryder, Brock. We just had a lot of fun, and just having those guys around me definitely helps me as well.
What are you guys focusing on as a group? What's the big goal? Executing at a high level, knowing exactly where to go with the football. You can never be, too good at that and have an answer. So I'll continue to do that. Protections, coverage ID, and then knowing the scheme. I think that'll, only help us, as we get closer to the season.
Dillon, what was your perspective on the running backs today and their performance in the backfield?
Amazing, running hard. Everyone who got in there, I think you're able to see how tough they're able to run, and Noah's just waiting his time to get healthy and all that. So I think you see how talented that room is, and I think talent won't be our issue. It's definitely going to just be coming together and everyone knowing their job goals. So.
Love to see the 2 touchdown passes, just what you were seeing.
Yeah, one, the first one to J-Lo, just had a 2-on-2 and just loved our matchup. just trying to take advantage of that. And then on the second one, just had a pressure look, played hot, and then of course Jay made a play. So
how's the connection been in the vertical passing game? I feel like it was today and over the course of spring.
Yeah, up and down. I think over the course of spring, everyone's made plays. I think naturally when you get out there, everyone's excited. I myself was excited, trying to let that rip. But yeah, I think just a lot of things to improve on, as always. I think whenever you come away from a practice, a spring game, whatever it is, even a game itself, I think there's always things you did good, things you can get better at. And like Coach Lanning always says, you gotta go to the doctor. So
I know you're going home next week, but after that, are you going to go back down to SoCal? Are you going to go to the Manning Academy if you get invited? What's the summer plan?
Yeah, summer plan. Definitely some trips. The Manning, and I don't know if I'm able to say the other one, but being able to go to that, getting closer with the guys, just being around them, and I think summer's going to be huge for everyone. Whether it's the throwing sessions, the meetings, just communication aspect. I think that'll only help us in the future.
I know after today, when you don't necessarily have the connections that you want to all the time, just how excited are you to kind of get back to work for the next time that you step in Autzen Stadium and it really counts? So
excited. I think it's super important to recognize too, us splitting up the teams and us just trying to get a connection with everyone. And of course there's pros and cons to that, but I think that's something that's really special about us too. I think it's something we can use to our advantage. So.
Dillon, for you, what's it been like developing that relationship with Will Stein? What do you think makes him special as a QB coach or an OC?
Just great communication, great trust, and I think that is really the biggest thing, in the quarterback to OC relationship. But he does that with everyone, and I think kind of giving ownership to every position, but also not only the players but the coaches. It's just a great environment to walk into, and just being close to Coach Stein, he's the main man, man. I can't thank him enough, and how blessed I am to be coached by him, be pushed by him. He demands a lot, but he also, the connection we have is huge.
Dillon, what are some of the biggest adjustments you've had to make in football, but also outside of football, just with moving in the middle of college and relocating and changing everything?
I think you get used to a lot of schemes in football, but just the language part of it, learning that and speaking the same language. And I think I've done a good job, not a great one. We got to definitely create growth there on my end, but I think it's just refreshing, like I've said before, is to be able to be in my 6th year of college and still be able to learn and grow and push myself to learn new things. I can't be happy enough, because that's something you don't necessarily get. So
anything in life just outside of football about relocating?
Yeah, I mean, moving stuff. People don't. The things that people don't see, right? The moving, the couch, the bed, getting all ready, then getting to a routine, getting adjusted to, Eugene. I think now I don't have to use maps, to get to and from the facility. I've kind of got my food spots, but I try to challenge myself as well. I try and get outside of Eugene and explore Oregon a little more in the summer with the guys. But yes, adjusting to life is totally a part of it. So,
what's the hardest thing you think you had to do? Was it a couch? Was it a fridge? I mean, just in that whole process was the one thing you're like, God, I hate
building a bar stool and the screws weren't there. I took it apart, built it, but something was missing. Long story short, I had to go get more screws at Home Depot, and yeah, it's just building bar stools. I'll just say that.
Dillon, how about that connection with Poncho? How do you feel like that's grown this spring, and where do you think it's at as we exit spring?
Yeah, Poncho's, well above his age with just the experience he had at, a young age being a freshman. But he just knows a lot of football, and I think that's huge for me. The center and quarterback relationship of getting protected. He does a great job of it. But more importantly, him being a Hawaii boy, that's something that forever will stick with us, and being able to see him just thrive at a high level, man. That's something that we all always wish for, and now we're doing it. So I always remind him that, and he always reminds me that as well.
Looked like there was a couple of tough snaps today. Was that miscommunication or low snaps, or what was the issue?
I think just over the course of a game, I think first time in front of a huge crowd, and whether it's getting antsy or holding their water, but at the same time me being louder. I think that's something that we can always take from it, and Yeah, snaps. That's going to happen, you know, and I think that's something that we just put an emphasis on. We do it every day, you know, center quarterback exchange, but trying to continue to get better at that. So
people are going to see 8 guys drafted from here and ask, can they be better? Is there a pressure, do you feel, to be better, and do you believe this team can be better? Even then, they just weren't. Realize we're not the team.
I don't want to dodge the question, but I do believe each team is, you know, its own identity, and I do believe that we're kind of shaping that for ourselves, and I think they set a standard for us, and the year before did that as well. But I think, you know, just with the camaraderie, the teams, you know, with the veteran guys on the team, I think that, like I said, is helping us shape, you know, who we want to be. But we have a clear vision of what we want to do, and I think everyone has a great grasp of that.
What did you think of Shout for the first time?
Love it. I participated myself. If you were to rewind the tape, 3 claps, and then you shout. So no, it was a lot of fun. I want to challenge people, man. I think it'd be dope if we get the lights, we get green and yellow. You know, we change that. I don't know. It's not up to me, but I'm just saying, wouldn't that be a great recommendation?
Some thoughts for the facility staff.
Thoughts. No pressure, though. No pressure.
Dillon, being from Hawaii, I'm another Mililani grad, by the way.
I love it. Let's go.
What's the biggest adjustment being in Eugene specifically?
There's a lot, and I've kind of noted to this of like speaking the same language. There's some things that come with it, you know, and being able to adjust, and I think it's being able to go out there and play and not have to think, and that comes with reps and just experience within the offense. So a lot we can improve on from the spring, but I think it gives us a clear vision of what we need to. So all good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.